Hey everyone, and welcome back to What's Brewing. In this edition, we're going to be talking to the owner and operator of Cajun Salvage, Mr. Matthew Latiolais. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. So wait, go ahead and tell everybody who you are.
Matthew Latiolais at Cajun Salvage Company. We do custom woodworking and metal fabrication, and we just got into custom cabinets.
That's awesome, man. So you were talking about, so I guess first thing is like, how did this whole thing get started?
Well, I guess by accident, I guess you can say. I was laid off in the oil industry around 2015, and around that time we were in between my days off. I was working, just kind of doing some woodworking, piddling in the driveway and stuff like that. And then somebody asked me to build something for them. So I was like, I don't really know how to build something for somebody else and charge for it, I guess you could say. So we did the job, we did a good job, made some barn doors and everything like that, and that's kind of where it started from, was building a barn door and then working our way up from there.
Okay. So I guess like you were saying, you never had to, you never actually had somebody ever ask you to charge you to do stuff, you kind of just did it as a hobby.
Correct. So you don't know how to charge for that stuff, you know, you're just kind of like, well, I don't know.
So like, how did you find out like what was proper ways to do it? What was some of the ways that you figured out how to like, okay, this is what I should charge?
Well, it's trial and error, because you have to learn like, hey, you have to make a profit because you're trying to do a business and we want to gain and grow and everything like that. But mostly you just kind of have to look at the business books and stuff and see like, hey, this is where you have to charge a certain amount, where you have to cover your expenses and everything and make a profit and stuff like that. So you take in all your expenses, all your insurance, tool costs and things like that, and then you add whatever you want to make on top of that. That's how you come up with your number that you're going to charge. If you don't do it that way, you're not going to make any money.
Yeah, me personally, I understand. It's like I used to have a business called Dice Media, and when I was over there, pretty much it was like, for me, it was the first time of trying to figure out, okay, what's my overhead cost, what's my budget for my month, what do I have to make a month before I can start making a profit on it, you know? And it's definitely figuring out all those nooks and crannies before you can really start figuring out your overall pricing. Do you have any people that it's usually you like go-to contractors that you hire on staff or things like that?
We don't have anybody that hire on staff, but we do have a number of people that we use that we can subcontract out and do jobs and stuff like that. Nothing that we do, I guess nobody's in-house, so I'm kind of like a one-man army for this business and everything.
Gotcha. I got one thing I did say, I really love the logo. Like I see it on the hat. You know, I show people kind of just tilt it back at home, using the Louisiana as an L and incorporating the Acadiana flag. So how did all that come about with figuring out your branding for it?
Really, just I was sitting there and you know, just to name the business Cajun Salvage Company. We are a reclaim, so we take a lot of reclaimed material and we build stuff out of it, make different furniture, and you know, just kind of put Cajun and Salvage together, and then with the L we put the logo with the Louisiana in it, and it just kind of stuck and everything. So it's kind of, you know, we mostly do woodworking. We're not really in the salvage business as much as we used to be, which is kind of sad because I like doing that, but you know, I'm not going to change the name, so I like it. So, and well, it's a cool logo.
It's a cool name. I mean, Cajun Salvage.
Correct.
You know? So you mentioned reclaimed wood.
Correct.
So what are some of the different types of wood that usually you find, or how do you find those woods to be able to use to build your furniture and those?
So the main thing that we find in Louisiana is you're going to have your reclaimed heart pine or pine and your reclaimed cypress, and they use that in a lot of the older construction and stuff like that. Cypress was very prevalent back in the day, you know, with the Lafayette marsh. They used to clear cut it and use a lot of that material. And that's mostly what we use in a lot of our projects, is mostly the reclaimed cypress. We do use some sinker cypress and stuff, and that's the cypress they pull out of the swamps and everything like that, and they cut it and make slab tables and countertops and things of that nature.
Okay. So with the process of going, let's say, of getting the wood, because I know a lot of times, like you're kind of almost like American picketing it. You know, you're kind of like going to a place. Hey, you heard about this person who has like all this cypress in a building. So what are some of the processes of getting that?
So usually, like, somebody will call us, and we do some selectively salvaging stuff. So we'll go into places that are either getting demoed or torn down, or you know, remodeling, stuff like that. And we'll go in there and we will take some of the things out of there, and you know, old doors and just anything of value, I guess you can say, and we'll resell that. Other things that they'll demo down, we'll take some of the material, like the cypress and everything like that, and we'll reclaim that and use that in some of our projects. So, you know, we will de-nail it, demo it out the barn or the house and everything like that. We organize it, we'll bring it to the shop, we'll process it, we'll run it through planers and make everything straight where you can use the board, and then we'll use that in our projects and stuff. It's a very long process from start to finish, I guess you could say.
So you said demoing, I think you mentioned demoing properties or barns.
Correct.
Or things like that. How long does something like that take?
It depends on the barn. So usually we're trying to, a lot of people that just smash it down with an excavator or something like that. We're actually going in there and trying to save as much as we can. So it's done by hand. So it could be anywhere from a couple weeks to a month just to demo one project down.
Couple weeks to a month.
Correct.
But that time saves you, like you're getting thousands of dollars worth of amazing wood.
In theory, you hope so.
In theory.
In theory. So,
In theory. So with some of the projects, what are some of your favorites that you've made?
We did mention, we talked earlier, the combine gear desk. We did a cypress top on there, and we used a combine gear for the actual legs of it. And another one was the 1956 Buick Special trunk lid desk. That was a pretty cool project we did.
All right, so we'll go back to the first, then we're going to come to the second one. So the first one, you said a combine gear desk.
Correct.
So combine gears, like the big.
So they have some gears that they use for the tracks for these combines and tractors and everything like that, and they're probably about 32 inches or 24 inches. And we cut the gear in half, and it probably weighs I'd say 50 pounds to 75 pounds just for the half of the gear. And we use that for one leg of the desk. It was an L-shaped desk, and then the other leg, and then we put a little post on the L part and had the cypress top.
Man. Now, what do you think the weight was?
I was pretty heavy.
It's pretty heavy?
Good 300-400 pounds probably.
You probably would. To bring it in, guys, you didn't bring it in all together.
No, you have to we try and make it in pieces where we can move it around and stuff like that.
Okay. So how many people did you have move it in?
One person.
One person?
Yeah.
Who?
This guy right here.
Who has two thumbs and can lift that much weight?
That's right.
This
That's
guy.
right.
Who's going to have back pains in his future?
This
that
guy.
Man, that's amazing. And you said that the second one was the Buick.
It was a 1956 Buick Special trunk lid, the trunk of the car. And we had bought it at some little antique shop. And I was like, well, why don't I make a desk out of it? Because the actual, if you ever check out the 1956 trunk lid, it's actually relatively flat.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we ended up taking some old metal shaker screens. We welded that on there and welded it to the actual sides of the trunk lid and made a desk out of it.
That's really cool. Is there any way you can like send some pictures?
Yeah, we'll send in. Maybe you can put it in.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try. If he sends the pictures, you're going to be seeing the pictures now. All right. Yeah, man, that's pretty amazing. One thing, so Matt's not a guy I just met off the street and said, hey, let's do this. Now, Matt and I have been knowing each other probably for about, what, 15?
Long time.
15, 20 years. Back in high school.
Beach trips.
I think I suplexed you into the beach one time. I don't know.
Maybe.
Road trips.
Yeah.
A lot of fun times as kids. And now we're all grown up. And you married? You have kids?
Married. I have a wonderful wife, and she puts up with all this this business. And I have 3 kids. So
3 kids.
Yeah.
The good thing is definitely when you're doing a new business or going into business for yourself, it's really important to have a person who's willing to go, like, understand and willing to go on that journey with you.
Correct. You need a support system at home, and you need to, one of the main things I tell people when you start a business, you're going to be really focused on the business, and you have to make time for your family and set time aside to spend time with your family. You have to have that life-work balance. If you don't have that, you're not going to be in that relationship anymore, guaranteed.
Yeah, it's like, I know sometimes I catch myself working till like 12, 13 hours, you know, and I'm just like, okay, I need to learn how to kind of pause it. You know, you have to set those boundaries, even if it's like, if you're putting it in a calendar yourself, set those boundaries, like, no matter what, 8:30 on Saturday morning till this time on Sunday is all family time.
Correct. Yeah, I try to set, you know, after 6 o'clock, I usually shut down anything. And if I do have to do something that's right before bed, I try to send everything out. Then, you know, I'm spending time with the family. On the weekends, you know, the kids sleep in, so I try, if I have to do something on the weekends, it's early in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays and stuff. So I'm able to still work all the time, but you know, you're not losing that time with your family. So
yeah, that's good, man. I'm really happy. Matt's kids are awesome, and Jasmine is amazing. Yeah, man. So that's good to kind of get that, a little bit more of that aspect of it, you know. I guess, what are some of the things you see coming down in the pipeline? What's some projects you've been working on recently?
We do have a couple of projects we've been bidding on. One's a mirror project. So we're going to do some blacksmith a frame. That's for a big client, and then hopefully get some more, you know, reclaimed cypress jobs and things like that. So
definitely, man, definitely. I know me personally, I'm going to be asking Matt to take a look at my shed. I'm trying to turn into a studio, which it may or may not be possible. I don't know. I'm going to ask the experts, and he seems like an expert. I think I will ask him about it. But go ahead. Since we're kind of wrapping up here, go ahead and tell people how they can find you.
Well, you can find me on CajunSalvage.com is my website. I do have Cajun Salvage for Instagram and Cajun Salvage for Facebook as well.
Awesome. Well, that's going to be it for What's Brewing. Everybody, please go, like he said, check out his website. Go follow Cajun Salvage on all social media. But that's going to be it for us over here at What's Brewing. Thank you for stopping by. As always, give us a like on the video, and if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and give us a subscribe so you can catch all the latest that come out. But that's it for us here today. Everyone, we will see you next Friday, and have a good one. Later.